It's another Sunday, and guess what? We're going to be doing something that's been trending for a while on YouTube, but honestly, it's been around for a long time. So, let's cook.
The Sunday dinner chef will make you feel fine. Sit down, let's have a drink and enjoy the show.
So there's been a trend going on around YouTube, and it's been going on for a while with party ribs. All right, and it kind of cracks me up because of all the different ways that they're doing it, and I applaud that. Don't get me wrong. I appreciate people out there who are making them taste the way they want it to taste, and so in all different ways. But I'm old school, and I step back out of the circle and I look and I say, wait a minute. This has been going on for a long time, especially for Sunday dinner, especially in Italian households. Let me show you one. Okay, so I got a beautiful rack of St. Louis ribs, St. Louis style ribs. Now these are pretty well squared up, all right? I got them at a real good price. And on the back, you see all this little flap meat and stuff like that. That's gonna stay on. And basically what I'm gonna do with these, I'm gonna cook these, but I'm going to split them first, okay? And I'm going to put them into my Dutch oven, but I'm going to cut them halfway down and leave them open. Let's get cooking. Okay, as you can see here, I got, this is a beautiful, beautiful spare rib, okay? I'm going to flip it over. And now, as much as I want to take this membrane off, I'm going to leave it on. I am also going to be leaving on this flap meat. And maybe that piece will come off, but this is all part of what's going to happen here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to split these ribs, probably go right up to here to where the chine bone used to be, all right, but I'm going to go right up to it, and I don't want to go through it because the whole idea of this is to take this spare rib and make it like a crown. Okay, but they're going to be split open. I will put that into the Dutch oven, all right, and then I will put it into the oven. I will roast it at 350 degrees until I start seeing a caramelization on the outside of the ribs. And then what I'll do is while that's cooking, I'm going to make a nice sauce. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to be taking the ribs, and like I said, take your finger. Okay, and you want to keep it maybe an inch from the end. Okay, maybe inch and a quarter, but who's measuring? And what you want to do is go down and take it all the way through. All right, do the same thing. So now you got the next bone here, and do the same cut. Same thing. You get the idea. Okay, that's exactly how you want these to look, all right? I wish I had a bigger pan, a wider pan, to put these in and let them roast that way. But in order to get it done, I want to make sure that I have enough heat surrounding it, so I am going to put these into the Dutch oven. Now, point of clarification. The reason why I'm doing this right here is because I don't know if you have ever did single ribs. You got to turn each and every one of them. Okay, there's a dozen bones right there to keep turning over. So I cut them in a circle like this, put them into the cast iron to cook them all at one time, lay them out in the pan, and then when I get ready to serve them, I cut them. I don't have to handle them 900 times. Oiled up the Dutch oven. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it in this way. Okay. Spread it out so they all line up against the wall. Put them in here like this. I'm going to put a little Tommy spice on that. Wipe my hands off a little bit, wash my hands. And then I will put the soap. I will season it, Tommy spice. Put the lid on it, and then this is going to go in, like I said, 350-degree oven. Now, I could take them and cut them all up doing this way, but I think the heat a little closer together, 350 or more. I might crank it up a little bit more. And that is the back side. Now these are not going to go to be fully cooked. I'm just going to take them, brown them up real nice. Then I will take them out, spread them out, and put them on a pan, and then we're going to braise them, or I might just braise them in this. Okay, what I have there is a small diced up onion, and also about maybe 6, 7, possibly 8 cloves of garlic. Not going to hurt you, but they were small. And that's where you want to start building your flavor. So we're going to add this into the pot, a little bit of olive oil, as I get the can of fire roasted tomatoes and all the other ingredients mixed together. Okay, into the stoneware, into this pot. This is my go-to pot right here when I always make my sauces and stuff. So what I want to do is I'm going to add in the garlic, mix that around a little bit. Once I start hearing the sizzle, then I'll add in the onions, because you do not want to burn this because it'll ruin the whole thing. Same thing with your sauce. You absolutely don't want to burn the sauce. So I put it in there, get it simmering, okay? And every once in a while I'll shut it down and just stir it around a little bit, fire it back up again. It's a labor of love, because if you want the flavor of a great tomato sauce, this is how you got to start it, and you got to really pay attention to it. Okay. Start hearing that now. Get a good whiff of that. My God. Okay, then the onions. And we're just gonna move this around a little bit. Add in a little Tommy spice. Okay. A little bit more black pepper. Okay. This is getting to be where I want it to be. And this is crushed, roasted tomatoes, plum tomatoes. I mean, unbelievable. So I'm going to pour them in. You got some of the residuals left in here. I'm going to get them off the walls here. Not too much water in here, because I want the flavor of the sauce. Now immediately that sauce starts bubbling, and I'm going to add that much water in it. Take my wooden spatula here. I'm just going to move this around until you can feel that all that crushed tomato in there is spreading out into the pan here. Just not one glob in the middle. And incorporating that water. And as I'm doing this, the onions and the garlic is also incorporating into the sauce. Okay, now as far as the spices are concerned, I have the pepperoncino right here. Also, I have a wheat Italian that is from Ginger, Not For Nothing Homestead. This is good stuff. I don't know if she's selling it or not, but I'm glad that I have it, because it's fantastic. And also my oregano. Now, the pepperoncino, I'm going to show you something here. These are peppers that we grew, okay? And I have to run them through the little blender again, because they are, I mean, God almighty, the bigger pieces up there, and this stuff is really hot. So you got to be very gentle when you're using this stuff. The whole idea is to make everything taste good, not overpowered by one seasoning or another. Well, here's the big dilemma that we have going on here today. Do I make pasta with this dish, or just let the ribs and the sauce do the speaking? And I think we are going to do the latter. I think we're going to just let the ribs go with that delicious sauce. and whatever is left over, you can make some pasta with it. You can have just about anything you want with it. You can make risotto, but the whole picture and the whole meaning of this right here is for party ribs in a different way. Okay, so this has been simmering for a little bit. Let me get my towel. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this lid off. Wow, the aromas. A good tomato sauce is hard to beat, no matter what you put into it. So I'm going to be adding in the 3 spices. I'm going to put them in here. Now at one point, I am going to shut this off. I just want to stir this in here. So it goes throughout the sauce. Wow, the aroma. Some about oregano and some pepperoncino go together with tomatoes and the aroma of the fire roasted tomatoes. And then pair everything together with wheat thyme, Italian spice. A blend that a friend of our channel and has made and sent me out a batch of it. I believe this is the second batch, and it's just so good. Her blend is really well, and I won't ask her for it. I mean, as far as how she does it or anything like that, that's her what Ginger does, and it's fantastic. And I'm glad that she shared it with me. Now, I'm going to let this cook just a little bit more, and then I'm going to shut it off because I want to finish cooking into the oven. Move the handle away because over here is a hot spot for the oven. The ribs went as far as I want to take them in the Dutch oven. The bones are kind of tall, so what I'm going to do is I'm switching gears here. The Dutch oven actually did its job. So what I want to show you is the rendering liquid that I got out of the ribs itself. The Dutch oven came out pretty clean, but this is the liquid that came out of here. So now you could save that if you wanted to make a sauce. Normally I would do that, all right? But this is how the ribs come out. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to be taking, it's in a Pyrex. I have a liner on it. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this tomato sauce and I'm going to pour it right into it. Okay, I'm going to put that off to the side. I'm going to wipe it down. I'm going to move this around. Now this is going to go back into the oven and we are going to poach this a little bit more. Well, there it is right there. The sauce is poured over top of it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this. Now I leave this Pyrex, as I always say, on a liner in case this thing pops. I've had that happen to me many, many times. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, doesn't matter which side goes on, put that one on there like that. That one like that. Now this is going to go back in. I'm going to check it periodically to test it for doneness. What's going to happen is that tomato sauce is going to sort of fall down, cook more, fall down into the pan, and it's going to braise. And then it will start. I'll take the ribs and I'll flip them over again and let them brown up on there, and that'll be the party ribs. Okay, I took them out of the oven. All the sauce, like I said, fell down into the bottom of the pan, and just left up top was the, I guess the solids. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these, I'm going to flip them over, and what I'll do is I will put them back in again. I'm not going to put any liquid on top of it because I want them now to start put that brown on it. I want that little bit of a crisp punch to it. It's almost there. It is almost pull apart tender, and I don't want the meat to fall off the bones. That's what I'm trying to reach right there. So I'm going to just flip these over, uncovered. I'm going to put a little Tommy spice on them, and back into the oven. There we have it right there. Party ribs Italiano. Now normally this would be a sauce made with some bones, some neck bones, just about any kind of pork bones and stuff. But also every once in a while they would do it with ribs. So I said, why not? Let's make these into party ribs for a Sunday. Now if you're going to have a party, I suggest a dress code. Yeah, I got to stare down. I had to change to eat these ribs. But anyway, they were fantastic. Listen, everybody, thank you so much for watching. Check back next Sunday for another great Sunday dinner. And also hit that like, subscribe. Please stay safe. Take care.
The Sunday dinner chef will